It's no secret that Mr. Beast has revolutionized YouTube, and the amount of time and money he's put into honing his craft is nothing but respectable. But when you become one of the biggest YouTubers of all time, you're bound to have some copycats. From the thumbnails to the editing, everyone's trying to capture that same Mr. Beast magic. And just looking at the views alone, a lot of times it works. But is any of this content actually good? The answer is no. It's no, or else we wouldn't be talking about it. Now today I want to touch on this trend that was going around on these Mr. Beast wannabe channels a couple months ago, where the creators try to see how many rules they can break within 24 hours. And when I first read the title, I was like, wait, what? 100 rules? I didn't even know that many existed. That's like 90 more rules than even God himself gave us. Wait, what? 1,000 rules? Where are all these rules coming from? Now, I don't think I'll have the time to go through all of these videos, and also I just don't want to sit through an hour watching these. I really don't even want to watch one. But you know what? Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I need to start looking at the glass half full, you know? I need to stop being so negative. So let's just take a look at the first one that popped up for me, made by the Stokes Twins. So at the beginning of the video, we have the Stokes Twins, and I think that might be their little brother. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a friend. I don't know. But I'm guessing those two are the twins. I would assume. But it starts off with them in a water park, you know, just being obnoxious and annoying. Screaming as loud as possible because, well, that's what's funny and that's what people like to watch. To which they get yelled at by a lifeguard at least twice before they have to get kicked out. But there's also this other weird bit in the video, which I've watched this like 15 times and I still don't get it.
Sean was actually breaking a few rules of his own.
I have watched that so many times and I still don't know what's going on. Why is his body pixelated, for one? Two, they start singing. Is that the rule that he's breaking? I'm just so confused. What is the rule? What rule are you breaking there? I don't understand it. Hey everyone, Future Max here, and I just wanted to pop in to say that after spending an ungodly amount of time editing this video, I am pretty sure I know what's going on in this clip now. I am 99% sure that what he's doing right there is using the same hand motions to imply that he's jacking off. Now, you might think I'm crazy for thinking that. Believe me, I did not want to come to this conclusion, but the amount of evidence I've found, I can't see it any other way. So as you'll come to see later in the video, there's actually a couple more times where it implies that Sean is jacking off, and every time it happens they use that same sound bite, which I can only describe as being a dying squirrel, which would also explain the fact that it's pixelated and why they never actually explicitly said what rule he was breaking. And also, if you just look closely enough at the motions behind the pixelation, you can tell where his hand is, which makes this incredibly disturbing considering the fact that he's around a bunch of children. Like, yes, you aren't actually doing it, but still the motions that you are doing it is disgusting. I wish this wasn't the case. I have gone over and over in my head multiple times of anything else this could be, but I just keep coming back to the same conclusion. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. I hope to God I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But if you see something else here, let me know, and I'll correct myself immediately, but there's way too much evidence to say otherwise. So yeah, incredibly disgusting. Just wanted to add that in here. Try to enjoy the rest of the video. Bye.
We're gonna break a few rules at the drive-thru, and the first rule we're breaking is pranking a drive-thru worker.
Hi, I can help you.
Is that a rule? That you can't prank drive-thru workers? Like, just specifically drive-thru workers. You can prank anyone else, but when it comes to drive-thru workers, that rule is set in stone. Actually, if you go back to the 10 Commandments, it actually has that in the fine print. It says, "Thou shalt not prank drive-thru worker." And guys, you'll never guess how wacky and goofy this prank is. It's up pretty high on the wacky and goofy scale. It's more wacky and goofy than I'll ever be.
Here's the good one. Some kind of joke? Are you working for YouTube? What's going on? You got that in my mouth.
So to recap, the rule that they just broke was pranking a drive-thru worker by covering themselves in some sort of white foam and biting an ice cream cone. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I think that speaks for itself. And then after that rule that they just broke, you'll never guess what the next rule is. They steal someone else's food.
Stealing someone else's food.
Thank you.
My favorite part about this is that they didn't even bother to get someone else's car. Like, you couldn't have taken just that one extra step to make it look at least a little more authentic. I'm disappointed, really. But they have one more prank before we're done with the drive-thru. And let me tell you, when I saw this one, I was pretty shaken up after this one. I'll be honest.
The shake prank. All right, thank you. Oh, and the shake?
The what?
The shake your booty?
Like, see, the thing with this content is that I'm kind of confused who it's geared towards. Well, I'm not really confused. It's geared towards kids, obviously. But the problem I have with it is that when you're making content that's geared for kids, and obviously very young kids from the jokes you're making, I feel like you're kind of just pushing for them to also break rules. Because all the kids watching this are gonna be like, oh, that's so cool. I wanna be like them. I wanna do YouTube like them. And then they're gonna go out, you know, emulating what they see, and then they're gonna get kicked in the ass with how the real world actually is. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into this, but I just feel like when you're making content specifically for kids, that you should try to at least have some form of decency, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that. I don't know. So then the gang goes to a trampoline park where they decide to break some more rules, like falling on your face. Yeah, but then they decide to kick it up a notch, and they try to, quote unquote, break the rules of physics.
You can't run faster than 27 miles per hour.
Now you might be thinking to yourself, Max, I don't think that's real. I think that might be fake. I don't think that they could do that. Well, you would be right. They don't do it, but they do have a little fake odometer in the corner, which says he makes it up to 24 miles per hour. So it's pretty close.
How fast? 28? No, you got 24 miles per hour.
My only guess here as to why they decided to say 24 instead of 28 is that maybe they want to keep a certain level of realism, but if that's the case, you didn't run 24 miles per hour either. Like, not even close. Like, are you telling me that you ran 3 miles slower than Usain Bolt? Yeah, I don't think I believe it. Usain Bolt walked so the Stokes Twins could run.
There's a few rules that you shouldn't break inside an elevator. And the first one is farting.
Seriously, dude? You're gonna act like that was a cop?
Sorry.
Get out! Get out!
The second rule is harassing someone. Just you and me, alone in the elevator. I'm gonna touch you.
Alright, dude. What the flip?
What the fuck? Hey everyone, we're the Stokes Twins, and we think that harassing and touching random people is funny. Let your kids watch us. Also, did I mention we show ass? Now the part that I was referencing there at the end has to do with their next rule that they break, which is checking someone out, where a girl just stands in front of them, ass fully shown, to which one of the guys starts jerking off to. I'm not kidding, that actually happens. And this is the content that YouTube is pushing, to the point where it has 20 million views. Meanwhile, other creators are getting age restricted for just playing a video game. Way to keep your guidelines in check, YouTube. You're doing great. So once they're done breaking some pretty major rules at the beach,
Farting on someone's face.
they decide to go to a theme park where they break a lot more rules, like screaming again, and eating, and farting. At this point, they're just straight up criminals with how many rules they've been breaking. You naughty, naughty Stokes Twins.
Farting on a stranger's dog. Can I pet your dog? Oh my god. Hi, buddy. Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd look the same way. Actually, if that was me in the scenario, I probably would have thrown hands. Nobody's fucking with my pet. You want to goof on me, that's one thing, but you want to goof on my pet? Nah, any respect I did have for you guys, which was, let's be honest, really little. Actually, I don't even know if there was any. But now it's just tenfold. Fuck you. So after that hilarious bit, they decide to buy a cake for their friend's birthday, which is in the shape of an ass. And after they put the cake down, I believe it's the younger Stokes brother, gets up and smashes his face into it instead because he just loves ass.
Now that cake got some cake.
Then after that, he takes the ass upstairs with him and he once again is jerking off.
No.
This is twice now in the video that he does it. I really hate this content. It would be one thing if you weren't geared towards kids, as I stated earlier in the video, but when you're making content for kids, why are you adding all these sexually suggestive bits? I can't say that I'm not surprised because this is a thing that's been going on with YouTube for a long time. I mean, we can go back to 2016, 2017 to when Jake Paul and Logan Paul were first on the rise and they were just constantly showing ass in their videos. I guess it's just a normal thing now. I didn't realize this was still going on, but here we are.
Screaming.
There's a lawyer from Boston who's very interested in his.
Ha ha ha, so funny. I sure do love my daily dose of harassment. It always just brightens up my mood. So then they decide to break some rules at the gym and then some at the pool, which then leads into my favorite joke of the entire video, which is Tanner being inside a diaper and shitting in the pool. Luckily, the shit is blurred, but I don't think it was blurred before they uploaded the video, because I think that that's the blur from the actual YouTube video editor, which is really disappointing because if there's one thing I wanted to see today, it was another man's shit. And then after that, they go to a store and act like 3-year-olds for a little bit. And then they head on over to a golf course where they take someone's golf cart and hit someone else's ball, which I don't know if it's real or fake because the person that they're doing it to is so far away. If it's real, these guys are total douchebags. Who am I kidding? These guys are already douchebags. And if it's fake, then it's just stupid content. And then the video's over. 100 rules broken. This video was originally intended to just make fun of the people acting like they could break so many rules within 24 hours. Like, it just seemed like a really stupid concept, but it really just ended with me hating the Stokes Twins. This sort of content on YouTube will probably never go away. It'll always be there because even if you look at the thumbnails for all of these, they all have a woman in a bikini in it. So I'm sure they're all just as sexually suggestive as that video was. But it does kind of disappoint me to see that this is what kids are growing up on nowadays. Back in my day, we would just watch a sponge being a fry cook. And now kids are watching grown men shit into pools. Oh well. Nothing you can do about it. This content is here to stay, and it just makes me a little bit more disappointed in humanity. But that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you'll join me next time when I shotgun a can of Campbell's soup. But until then, goodbye.
This shit high, boy.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a 2-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt. Oh, living lively.